Welcome to another escape with Simone and Andrew, and now we're off to Cowra, but we're stopping at Bathurst on the way. Here's Andrew.
Yeah, we're going to stop at Bathurst and we're going to do the Mount Panorama circuit, so that should be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that.
I'm scared. Here we are, about to start the circuit. Do you feel like a racing driver, Andrew?
Well, the only way I'll feel like a real racing car driver is if I give this circuit a test, so let's do this.
Scared of the corners.
Driving for the first time, you do learn to appreciate how decent the drive is, you know.
And here we are in Bathurst, one of the main streets. They've got their Winterfest on at the moment. We're doing a 360, looking back down the street. We're on the land of the Wiradjuri people, and now we're off on the way to Cowra. Now we're going to discover some of the surprising history around Cowra.
Here are the garrison gates in what is now like suburban Cowra. But these gates mark the main entrance point into the POW camp, where back in August 44, a mass breakout took place involving a lot of deaths of Japanese POWs as well as Italian POWs. But these remnants of the gates, this is the main entrance point into the POW camp itself. Where I'm standing is the actual prisoner of war campsite, where back on the August 5th of 1944, a massive breakout of Japanese and Italian POWs was made, in which 1,104 Japanese men escaped, 234 Japanese men were killed, including 5 Australians. I'm standing around, it's very calm, it's very peaceful, it's very serene here, but it's also very sad.
So while the Cowra outbreak was the biggest outbreak in military history, for 35 years it was surrounded in secrecy, and it was known as the Cowra incident. And this had serious consequences. For example, one of the Australian soldiers that died, Private Charles Shepherd, who died at the hands of Japanese prisoners of war. He was considered to be killed on duty rather than killed in action. And as a consequence, his wife didn't receive a pension and had to give up all 3 of her children to foster care. So it's a very tragic story. And here we are at the Japanese War Cemetery. The Japanese who died as a result of the escape were buried at night in a mass grave in the northern portion of this present war cemetery. We've found the ones who all died as a result of the breakout immediately in 1944 on that fateful day, 5th of the 8th. So what we're noticing here is that the Japanese are actually quite old compared to the Australians that we saw before, who are 18 and 24 and stuff like that.
This is Cowra's, or should I say Australia's chapter of the World Peace Bill. The original bill is actually situated at the United Nations in New York. And by reading this bill, I'm the latest member of World Peace. So I'm going to read this, and I think that's all I can wish for.
So now we've made our way to the Japanese garden, and this is really, I guess, built because of a violent history, but as a mark of reconciliation and growing friendship between the people of Cowra and the Japanese people. The garden's really beautiful, and it's also great for families because the kids can just run around and enjoy the area. And Cowra is a really lovely place for a great couple of days stay. There's plenty to do.